y'all, you know what time it is, and time for another wrestling video. And today on the channel we are going to be talking about everybody that I think is going to have a big 2025. So these are all the stars that I think should get a big push in 2025 and really make their mark. So in my opinion, I think we're going to see all of these stars that I'm going to talk about, and they're going to be on our screens a lot. So if you don't like them, I'm sorry. But this is just my opinion, and I have no insider information, obviously, but if WWE wants to give me a job, I'm open to it. But let's get into the list. We're going to start off with the men. These are the superstars on the men's side that I think we're going to see a lot of in 2025, that are going to have a big 2025, and may even hold a title or two. So, my first one is Finn Balor. I think that Finn Balor is going to have a big 2025 because honestly in 2024 he was overshadowed. He's been a member of the Judgment Day for too long, honestly. It has ran its course. In the beginning it was really cool, it was really good, but now it's just over and done with. We've seen the tension with him and Liv lately, and I think that he's going to break away very soon, and I think he should. He has not really thrived in the Judgment Day recently. We saw him win the tag titles with JD, but then nothing ever happened. They didn't really compete too much with them. They just didn't have any strong feuds. I mean, they had them for over 150 days, and I think ended up fighting 3 times. So that's just not the character that we know Finn can be. So I think it's going to benefit him a lot to become a singles competitor again. We've seen his feud with Damian Priest and how strong that is, and that just alludes that he's a better singles competitor than in a group. So I think it's time for the Judgment Day to go away and Finn Balor to come back as the Prince or the Demon or whatever character he wants to that's stronger than what he's got going on now. I also think this match with DP is going to be the start of something major for Finn Balor. We know that they're going to be facing each other on Monday Night Raw, and we have been waiting for this feud to kind of boil over, and I think it's time that it is. And I think this is going to be the start of the year of Finn Balor, and he's really going to get that push that he honestly deserves. Now, number 2 on my list should be no surprise to anybody, but it's Mr. Jey Uso. He had a big year in 2024. He broke away from his family, he had a match against his brother at WrestleMania, and he even held a singles title. But I don't think it's over. The fans obviously love him. They chant his theme song for minutes upon minutes. I mean, we saw the 10-minute video of them yeeting literally for 10 minutes straight. They love this man. They buy his merchandise. They love his promos. They love his matches. So I expect 2025 to be an even bigger year for Jey Uso. It's hard to deny somebody with that much superstar power. I mean, honestly, if you want somebody in the WWE to be called a superstar and be the face of the company, you want somebody like Jey Uso. He gives it his all in every single match. He has a great character that everybody loves, and honestly, he just brings energy to anything that he does. So I think 2025 is going to just further his character, not only solo, but in the bloodline as well. I think he's going to continue to build that relationship back with Roman and Jimmy, but I don't think he's going to go away as a singles competitor. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him holding another title this year. And if he does, then I hope he holds it longer than he did the last one and has more feuds. Because I think that this guy really is channeling into the character that he's in right now, and the fans are loving it, and everyone's loving it, and he's getting the flowers that he finally deserves as a singles competitor. We all know that him and Jimmy are one of the best tag teams to ever do it, but now he's getting that single shot as well. Then, a guy that's feuding with Mr. Uso right now, Drew McIntyre. Now let's be honest, Drew had a really good 2024. He won Money in the Bank. He had the feud of the year with CM Punk, in my opinion. And now he's attacking everybody in the bloodline and building that strong storyline. And personally, I love heel Drew. I think heel Drew is a lot better than face Drew. I think he just really hones into that heel character, and it's really the strongest character for him. I expect him to have a very strong 2025. And honestly, I expect him to kind of redeem himself, because we saw in 2024 his kind of laughable attempts at matches. His cash-in, that was completely ruined. His match against Jay just now, where he got in his head and got that ego going, and it was ruined. So I feel like we're getting this play on Drew McIntyre, you know, getting in his own head and ruining stuff for himself so that he can come full circle and really have the moment and really dominate. And I also would not be surprised if we see him team up with KO and Seth Rollins, because they both are really unhinged right now and want revenge on pretty much everybody that's ever wronged them. We've seen Seth obviously feud with Punk. We've seen him have words for Roman. KO has words for Cody and Roman and pretty much everybody in the business, and Drew is the same. So those three together would be an absolutely unhinged triple tag team, whatever you want to call them. They would be insane together. But what I do expect for Drew McIntyre as well in 2025 is I expect him to have another match with Roman Reigns. I think that's where this feud with Jay and attacking Jimmy and all these people are going. I think he's attacking all of these people to get to the top of the ladder, which we know is the tribal chief. And I just really expect him to have a match with Roman again. And honestly, I don't think it'll be for a title. I really don't. I think it'll just be a revenge match because he lost the title, or he lost his chance at the title because of Solo interrupting. So I think Drew's going to have a big 2025, and I see a lot of strong feuds coming his way, and I think he's going to stay a heel character in 2025. Now, will he hold a title? I don't really know. I think there's a lot of people in line for a title. I think Drew definitely could be in that contention, but I don't know if he'll actually hold a title in 2025 just because there's so many other stronger storylines. Now, another person that I would like to see is Jacob Fatu. Now, we have seen only Jacob in one singles match against Jay, and I want more. Jacob absolutely blew me away in the ring. He's one of those guys that I don't really need him to cut a long promo. I don't really need him to go out there and talk about what he's going to do because he shows up in the ring every single time. So I'm hoping that since Solo lost the Ulafala to Roman Reigns, we get Jacob on his own. I think there's a lot of strong competitors he could go against. And the one that I'm really hoping we get is Braun Breaker versus Jacob. We already saw a little teaser of it when they interfered with Jay's title. And I feel like that feud would be great for both Jacob and Braun because it's two very strong powerhouse superstars that could really go neck and neck, and the fans would be super entertained. So I'm hopeful that Jacob Fatu will be on my screen more in 2025. And finally on my men's side is Mr. Ludwig Kaiser. Now I know many people don't like Ludwig's character. His character is so unlikable, I'll admit that, but he is honestly one of the best heels right now in the WWE. He is great in the ring, he can cut a great promo, so I'm all for Kaiser getting a big push. He has been in Imperium, so we haven't really got to see him shine as a singles competitor, only a handful of times. And his match with Braun and Sheamus was very good. I was very impressed, and I honestly wanted a repeat, which we do know we're going to get Kaiser and Sheamus this week on Raw, so I'm interested to see where this goes. But I think what's in Kaiser's future is a match against Gunther. And maybe it's for the belt, maybe it's not, I don't know. I think it will be for the belt and Gunther will win. But ultimately, I think that match will set Kaiser up for a long singles run in 2025 to just strengthen his singles character. And I think that's great for him because I think, again, he's one of the best heels that we have going on right now. The WWE needs strong heels like him to keep characters going. Now, let's flip over to my women and let's talk a little bit about women who we are going to see a lot more of in 2025. And number one is no shock to anybody, Tiffany Stratton. It's Tiffy time. Do you have your watch set? Because I have my watch set. 2025 is the year of Tiffy time. And we just saw her epic cash in on Nia, and claim the title that she rightfully deserved. And honestly, that cash-in was fantastic. I was one that complained about her fake cash-in so many times, but all of the waiting was worth it, because in the end, that cash-in was phenomenal, and the way they wrote it was great. And I don't think this is the end of the road for Tiffy at all. She has been killing it ever since her NXT days. She has been a strong NXT champion, and now I think she's going to be a strong main roster champion as well. And I think what her road will eventually lead her to is WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair. And honestly, I love Flair, but I wouldn't mind seeing our clocks stay on Tiffy time. Now, the next person I'm going to talk about is my girl Naomi. She made her debut at Royal Rumble last year, so it's almost been a year since she's come back to WWE, and she's been killing it ever since that Glow music hit. She just recently earned the tag title with Bianca and has been getting so many opportunities. We just recently saw her with Nia in the title, and I don't think it's going to slow down. I think we could see another match with Nia. I think we could see Naomi win the Elimination Chamber or even the Money in the Bank. And I think in 2025 she will get another singles shot. Plus, I'm still not sure who attacked Jade, and if it was Naomi, that would create an epic feud that I would love to see as well. So I think that the lights are bright and glowing for Naomi in 2025, and I think she's only going to keep climbing, and she's going to reach the top of that ladder one of these days. And then finally, we just talked about her. Speaking of Miss Cargill, she's going to come back in 2025 and cause pure chaos because she got attacked. She got her title taken away. She didn't get her match at Survivor Series that she wanted. She got the spotlight taken away from her, and that's not going to sit well. Her social media posts have already shown us that she is out for blood after somebody attacked her. And I personally think 2025 is going to be a strong year for her as a singles competitor. In 2024, she debuted and she tagged with Bianca, and they were a great tag team. I loved them. But I think her tagging with Bianca really built her character, really built her in-ring performance so that she could be the star that I know she can be, because she's a powerhouse. She's strong, she's good in the ring, and she's good in a promo. She just needed to kind of take it up a step. And I think this whole Who Attacked Jade feud will do that for her. She was a huge sign by WWE when they did it, and she's taken the time ever since she was signed to really work and improve. So I think it's her time to shine. And personally, I think in 2025, we're going to see Jade compete against Bianca, and we're also going to see her compete against the Queen, Charlotte. We already saw that her and Charlotte had a face-to-face when she first debuted, and we know that there are no coincidences in WWE. They're all about the story. So that's part of a storyline, and we're going to get Jade and Charlotte at some point in time down the road. Now, I personally think that'll come at SummerSlam, because I think we're getting Jade and Bianca at WrestleMania, because I'm not convinced that Bianca is not the one that attacked her. Why? It would create an awesome storyline, and not too many people expect it to be Bianca. We've heard Bayley, we've heard Naomi, we've even heard Charlotte. So why would Bianca do it? Because the spotlight wasn't on her, and she's going to turn heel as well. But that's really my list for who's going to have a strong 2025. There could be so many others, and there's going to be a lot of people debut at the Royal Rumble that could have a 2025 as well. We saw Tiffy debut in the Royal Rumble in 2024, and she had a phenomenal year. So one of those NXT girls, Roxanne Perez, could definitely come up and have a phenomenal year just like Tiffy did last year. Another name that I'm going to throw in the pot, which might also make a lot of people mad because I know you don't like him, but what about Dominic Mysterio? You have to give him his credit. Since he has turned heel, he has shown up and shown out and really thrived in this character, and that's what the WWE likes to see. They like to see people who gain attention, whether it's good or it's bad. They like attention, because if you're giving them attention, if you're giving them cheers or boos, you're invested. And who is booed the most in the WWE, besides the New Day right now? Dominic Mysterio, as R-Truth would say. So don't sleep on Dom in 2025 either. But overall, I think that 2025 is going to be a big year in the WWE, and I cannot wait to see who's on top at the end of the year, and we'll talk about it then. But until then, like, subscribe, comment, and let's keep this thing going.